Okay, this is it. How to get up off the ground and turn things around. Okay, I know the usual spiel about um, venture capital and seed money and all these things here, okay? That worked past and it was a time when it was the rule of thumb. Times changed. The world has changed more in the past 20 years than it has entire century, okay? It has changed more in the first 20 years of 21st century than it did in the 20th century altogether. So times change. Old methods become obsolete. Factory things were time proven and used over and over, and that's how they were judged because they worked over time. 21st century threw us all outside the box. Or none of that, all that stuff is useless to us now. It's useless a tape or a cassette player. Okay. So how do you start from nothing? You know, in the old days, they say it takes money to make money. I said, we've been thrown outside the box. We're not in Kansas anymore. It doesn't take money to make money anymore. Okay? I'm going to teach you how to take zero and get to where you have to go. Okay, now, I'm going to attempt to make this note again. But man, this is getting ridiculous. I never seen such a large army of wannabe paparazzis and PIs. I've never seen so many lame investigators and reporters in my life. They're like stumbling all over each other here. You could tell they don't belong here, don't know where they're at, don't know their directions, don't know exactly who and where they're looking for. I'm like standing in the cut looking at them looking for me. And they look ridiculous. I should have set up a camera. The noise factor is to give away in the background. I chose to come home because it's a very quiet, laid back neighborhood. People take turns playing their music. Really. You know, they're not trying to drown each other out and that type of thing. And the music varies for that reason. Okay? You probably don't know what I'm talking about. You're from another world. Unless you live in the city of Mercy. So, whenever I come outside, there's those who can spot me. One parade starts. When I turn on my phone or a device, another parade of people become aware of me and able to track me via my location. And they come in hordes. Never once thinking about um, their untuned engine is not only wrecking my nerves, because I can't stand a raggedy motor or anything ragged that doesn't run right. Just, it's one of my illnesses. I can't stand, listen, that's it coasting. You'll hear it again when they punch the gas. They can't leave without punching it. See what I'm saying? It reminds me of someone who can't dance stepping all on my feet when I hear a motorcycle that's not tuned. Okay? Now, so your plan has to be smooth, effortless, quiet, like you're wearing moccasins. Okay? It's not a tap shoe, tap dance type thing. That's clumsy and noisy. It's only good for people who want to play the drums with their feet. Okay? Any other place, that tapping sound is an irritation for a person who can't play. beating on drums is noise to the neighbors. So let's get back to how to get up off of your back and get started when the essence of being on your back is being broke. Being down is not a real concept. It's a metaphor for being broke. Okay. Now, being up is not real. It's a metaphor for having things, down for not having. It's just concepts of mind, and they're detrimental to your mental health too. To just have those concepts, but that's another story. Let's get to how to get up. A way that everyone can get up. See, this will also answer the question of how I went about what I went about. Okay? It will answer the question of what took so long, how come you didn't do it yesterday? And the question they're asking right now while I'm making this note, how come you're not on television? How come you're not rich? How come you're not living in a palace in a mansion? I'm about to retaliate against the source. Let it be known, let it be on record. I found it to be intentional, which I took as an assault and an attack, an attempt by something evil to keep me from telling you these notes, or by vampires to who want to be in here with these notes. While I'm sending you a message, they want to be sending you a message in the background disguised as noise. You know, subliminal messages hidden in ocean waves, or they also can be hidden in a motor, okay, in motors. So when you hear motors in the background, you've been told what to do. Rewind. And if an image or a thought keeps playing in your mind exactly the same, even though my words are having a different effect on you each time, there's some hanky panky going on. And the good thing about it is, when you know someone's trying to make you mad, you don't get mad because you can't let them win, which means you can control your anger. Well, you can control your thoughts too. If you see someone trying to make you think something, it doesn't work right there. As soon as you get it. So let's get to how you get up from zero. I'm gonna attempt to go back out to the front. Listen carefully to the street now that I'm not out there. Okay. Um, that's the street. You can actually hear a lawnmower on the other side of the block. Now I'm gonna go back outside. Well, I'm not out. I'm always outside. I just stepped through the gate in the backyard. Not even just out of sight. Not even far. So now I'm back in the front. You hear the quietness? All right. Slight attempts. Watch the roar begin as soon as I get back to this note. And beware, beware. Unusually loud motors. Unusually raggedy motors. Super heavy vehicles. I'm like an intentional attempt to put background noise where I can't be heard by anyone on the accident, or to put noise in the recording. Me not knowing which, I defend against it. Because it's really screwing me up and you up too. So let's go on. We're almost up to 10 minutes and I haven't even gave you the formula yet. Here's how I go. Now here comes the old man. Man, they have no idea who they're playing with as he steps out of the truck and comes along with a little earphone camera. This is really, and then this little bimp, it reads the phones around, every device around them. All right. When you hear a little beat sound, it's not necessary. You think it's necessary because UPS uses it to scan certain things. They're not scanning any packages. They're not doing any of that. All right, and you don't see them do it at every address. Okay. Now, That's what they get. They get exposure for trying for taking me for stupid. See, anyone who comes straight out forward and asks something, the answer is always yes. You can ask anybody to know me. That's why I got so many people to love me. Anyone trying to creep up on me with tinted windows and dark glasses, I can't get a good look at him. He won't let me. He does act like he doesn't want us to look at him. They have them tinted windows in an undercover vehicle with dark glasses on. And they're mad because I don't want them to see me. See what I'm saying about they're insane? They're triple hiding and going crazy because they can't see me. It's the ostriches, man. Reverse ostriches. They have a disease that's called oppositis. I named it because I discovered it. Well, I uncovered it, defined it, researched it. It's when you say you will, but you don't. It's when you say you won't, but you do. Do you hear the laughing and the crap in the background? You hear how quiet it was the minute they see that I'm taping? You see what vampires do? Try to put their voice in the background of what I'm doing. You feel me? Starve for attention. And they think they're smart about it too. So if anyone ever tells you that's me in the background, can you hear me? Kill them. For, for the egotistical act of messing up to something for the world for their own little selfish means. Believe me, they are not good. No, nothing good operates like that. So, no, the earphone camera has got me. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let's get on with the note. You know, he's just a pawn in the game. They strap him up with what they strap him up with, and they send him out like a robot. Does what he does and go home, and then he begins to live his real life. So don't blame the mailman. All right, it's part of a system. Can't you see the emblem on the side of the truck and the emblem on it? It's no different than the stripes and stuff that you see on soldiers, or the badges you see on cops, or the flag that you see. That emblem is just as official. Believe that. Don't think the postman is just somebody walking through your neighborhood dropping mail. Okay, this is an instrument of the government that can be utilized and called upon as will. Took an oath. Yeah, it's that serious. And it doesn't matter what kind of person he is or what he would or whatever. It's he doesn't even have a choice. So we'll go on. Here's what you do. This is how you go from zero to somewhere without absolutely nothing of your own. See, the oldest thing that still stands is never use your own money. All right, risking your own money, you could end up broke. Never use your own money. So no strategy that's going to work entails you having to buy a home study course or invest large sums of money in order to get started. That's somebody trying to make money off of you or who don't know what they're doing, who are making money off selling books and tapes, who don't really have a real business, because real business can't go like that. You cannot come out of your pocket for anything. If you take a loaf of bread off the shelf, you have to pay for it just like any other customer. You can't just take that loaf of bread because it's your store. Now, you have to leave that loaf of bread on the shelf and let the customer pay for it. All right? And keep buying bread like you used to, even if you buy it from yourself. You can't buy it for the wholesale price. You lose. There's no gain in that. All right? So, so, all right? All right. Now, here's what you do. The law says that a person can give up to $14,000 as a cash gift and take it off their taxes. Okay? So anybody with substantial amounts of money is looking for a tax break. They're looking for a tax way out. Okay? So you can approach them with this. You can say, hey, I got a tax break for you. All you gotta do is give me $14,000 and you can take it off your taxes. Okay? The problem with that is most of the time they're going to cut you out the loop. You'll say, well, why don't I just give it to one of my kids or a nephew? My brother's been hawking me for money. You mean I could give it to him and take it off my taxes? And they're going to do that. You come back with, it's no limit to how many people they can do it for. But see, they have a limit. It's only so much tax money they're trying to save. Okay? They only make so much money. They're not trying to save more than they made. So they're only going to, everybody can probably do this once who is getting taxed for, you got to get real big taxes to be wanting to save $14,000 off. All right, to get a deduction where they don't count $14,000 that you made is really the goal. Okay, so here's what you do. Here's what I'm going to do. Because, like I said, everybody can't sing and dance, and everybody can't be a superstar, and they can't be a political icon. They can't be an inventor. They are what they are. They're one of these things, though. They're one of these things that I am. They are. Everyone is. Now, so this is how you get, you need a certain amount of money to start everything. You figure out what that amount is, write it down on a piece of paper. Then you will know how many times you have to do this in order to get that amount. How many times you have to go to a person and get the cash gift to add up to what you need. Okay? If you only need $10,000, you only got to go to one person. If you need $20,000, you got to go to two. Okay? And likewise and so on. Okay? Now, you go to the business person. It has to be somebody making big money. You know, can't be somebody, a friend that's on fixed income who only getting $10,000 a year or so. Why would they need a $10,000 tax break? You know, they're gonna get some money back. You want to go to someone who has money. Okay, and remember, everyone's coming to them trying to get their money, but no one comes to them with a deal this sweet. Come to them where they can give you the money and it doesn't cost them anything. No one comes to them like that. No one comes to them and makes a deal with them that doesn't cost them anything. So you're ahead in the game the minute you approach them. When they ask what you want, say, hey, don't worry, it's not going to cost you anything. I have a deal for you, but it's not going to cost you anything. That's curiosity right there. Hey, there's no such thing as a deal that's not going to cost me nothing. I got to hear this. I have to hear this. Okay? So now you got in. When many didn't get in, when they were asked what they wanted, no thank you, I don't need that. Okay? You just don't let them push you toward what type of deal. Say, that can get complicated. But believe me, it's not going to cost you anything. Okay? Even my way doesn't cost them anything. Let me bag up from these voices in the background. All right, I don't need that. Okay, they're sitting 2 feet away from each other. There is no way they should be in the background of this note. And there's no that's drunk in the world. Okay, you're not supposed to turn the music up and then try to overshout your own music. So you got the big part done. You're in the door. Okay, you're in the man with the money's face. You got to base. You got to first base. Now, here's what you tell him when you get there. He's probably already confirmed the fact that you can give someone up to $14,000 and take it off on your taxes. Okay? Or else he's not a good businessman if you've gotten this far and he hasn't even verified what you said. Some people are either greedy, stingy, or totally insane. I'm attempting to make this note for everyone, okay? I intend to take a route in which everybody can follow in my footsteps. Like I said, they can't do all these fantastic things. They can't be a fantastic genius. It's a rags to riches story, a dream story everyone dreams of. So they have to be able to live it themselves in order to dream it or wish it. To wish something that's impossible for you or beyond your abilities is a religion. Now, here's what you do. $14,000 cash gift, okay? $14,000. You can you can do this many ways. Now, here's exactly what I do. I go to a person and say, "Hey, you got property for rent? I got a tax break for you. You can give a person $14,000 cash gift and take it off your taxes." And he'll say, "Why should I give it to you?" I'm going to tell them because I'm going to turn around and give it right back to you to release the property. So now you've doubled your money. You've taken $14,000 off your taxes and you've made $14,000 positive income. You're not going to get a better deal than that. You're 200% ahead right now in this conversation, and you haven't even spent a dime. So I don't want to make this complicated. In or out. There's no, can you give me more and more details? That's it, the whole shebang. I know you can't believe it, but it's that simple. There's nothing keeping us from doing it in the next 20 minutes. Are you going to take 20 years? So you have to think about it 24 hours. I would have done this 10, 12 times by then. I might not be back. And you could try it with someone else. It's simple enough for you to do. But do you think that you have it figured out like I do? I'm the one that brought it to you. You're going to go through all that complicated mess to do something that you could do in the next 10, 15 minutes. No, that's insane. Something wrong with your mind? Is anything wrong with your mind? Your mind's okay, isn't it? You can see that this is clear and it's legit. You can check it out and verify it. I'm going to give you a receipt. That receipt is good to use with your taxes. I'm going to give you a legitimate cash receipt, not an IOU. Now, and you can give me the cash in a check, and it can say what it's for at the bottom. And on the receipt, it will say what it's for, making it a legitimate cash gift deduction. Same way with cars. $14,000 is a down payment on any car, on the most expensive car in the world, or it's a 2-year lease on a car. Now you go and tell him, "Hey, you're not moving these things fast enough for you. I gotta wait for you to make some money and get it and deduct it on your taxes." And then you tell them, "Give me $14,000, take it off on your taxes, and then I'll turn around and give you back the money to lease your car or to buy a car from you." And I'm gonna go down the line doing this and get everything I need without going make these big Dr. Dre deals that you heard I made. I will have done this already before you seen all the big gigantic tech deals and the big entertainment deals and the greatest show on earth and all of that, because you couldn't do that. Regular individual, a one, can't do that, and this is for the ones. The ones. This has to be for everyone. This is a story for everyone. This is a path for everyone. See, he's getting louder and louder in the background with that you understand what I'm saying? Sound like stolen old school theme show. Don't that sound like the theme from something you've heard before? It's not original music. You know, I understand all that. Okay? Timing is what I'm talking about. Okay, people putting CDs in your hamburger when you just came to eat, talking about that stuff. It makes you say no automatically and throw it in the trash. You don't even consider it. It's an automatic no when someone try to force something on you. Okay, it's and only an idiot don't know that because they respond the same way, and they're in the middle of a very, very important note. Help everyone in the world, or at least everyone in America. They have a different system elsewhere, and you have to adjust and adapt this one, okay, to your country. Now, I'm going to walk down the line and I'm going to do this. I really only have to do it once because I have people waiting to have my back, okay? I want to go. I have people just waiting. People who really care about me, who are not asking me for anything. All right, this is they're doing what they want to do, and I just happen to be something they want to do. So I only have to do it once. But I can do it as many times as I want. Okay, I can do it and get there's some things you might not be able to get in your area to barter for, and you're gonna have to buy online or buy. So you can do it to get the actual cash because that's what it's really for, a tax deduction. Okay, you can actually stand outside the tax office and drum up business. All you need is your phone on the Google page that says it's legitimate, and show it to them as they walk up. Say, do you know about this? Just stand there until you see someone comes up in a vehicle and get out looking like they really have big bucks. They have an appointment. All you have to do is tell them, you can ask the guy, people inside about this, if it's legitimate. And when you come back out, I'll be right here. I have a deal for you. And when they go inside to do their taxes, the tax person didn't tell them this. Or maybe they did, but they don't have anyone inside that office they can do it for. And there's someone standing right outside where they can do it right now and go right back in their tax office and take off 14,000 more dollars. Some people have to come home, right? I've seen the trick before, which gave away the whole thing. I'm in a remote area, right? No one can get close to me. All of a sudden, the people who live right there decide to come home. And then I realized how big the thing was. Stupid, stupid move. Never would have caught on. So I'm mixing these notes so that that point gets out because this will, come on. You know this one's going to catch on like a wildfire. Businesses are going to start popping up all over the place again because I don't believe in government dependency. I believe in self-dependency, self-sufficiency, perpetual motion, moving on your own power so no one can ever threaten to cut you off from what they're giving you and stop your flow. See, that's the game in the old system, which allowed powerful people to smash little people. They cut off their resources by telling them, I do business, this much business with you. If you keep doing business with that person, I'm going to take back my business. And they rather cut off the little fish. And it was a game where that was a flaw in the old system. Boss hogs and stuff. We're not in the new system. It doesn't work like that. Okay? People are going to be self-sufficient. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to give you an idea of self-sufficiency. This is just an example, okay? All right? Not to be taken literally. You go get a seed for a rubber tree plant, and you actually grow that plant and learn how to make rubber from it. Make your own rubber. Then you make items out of rubber, and you sell those items. And as long as you keep replanting You are self-sufficient, moving in perpetual motion and don't need anything else. Once you pay off the things that you got to get started, molds and things like that, building or whatever, you're good. Once you get into a profit margin of taking care of all your bills, you're really good. And then you reach a point where you are doing this yourself. Nothing is stopping you. Nothing you need from anyone else. Okay? You are good. Anyone can do this. This is a note for everyone. It's in a private note. It's in a secret. And if you send me $49.99, I'll show you the secret to success on how you can do this and do that. In the meantime, I'm not doing it. I'm making money off of you. That's what they're telling you. Some sympathy story about I had to share this with someone. Who do you know? Not even bums share a spot where they know they can get a lot of aluminum cans. That would be stupid. Someone else is going to go there and get the aluminum cans. Yeah, that's not the kind of things people share. It's a scam. What they sell, what they're selling is what they're selling. What they're making money off is what you see them selling to you. So this is how you do it. This is how anyone could do it. Doesn't take any money. Startup things doesn't take anything at all but knowledge of the system. It takes information. You're gonna make a lot of money with me through information. A lot of people are gonna make a lot of money with me through information, and a lot of people are gonna pay a lot of money for information from me. Governments and royalty to have information before you or more than you in a greater quantity than you or a higher quality than you. That's they're going to put that standard on there of how much the information is worth. Life and death information is worth a lot of money. It's the one thing people will give you everything they have for to stay alive. Take my money, please don't kill me. It's what they always say at the moment of death. I'll give you anything. I have X amount of money in the bank. How much they paying you to kill me? I'll double it. They don't say that during regular life to no one ever. But when it comes to life or death, they'll give it all up. So when information concerns life and death, you don't have to worry about if they're going to buy it. It's the reason that life insurance sells to this day. Life insurance, most of the richest people in the world made their money off real estate and life insurance. Real estate is real. Life insurance is not. It's make believe. For real. It's someone betting you're going to die, or accident insurance, someone betting you something's going to happen to them, and you're betting them it isn't. And you put your money up against yourself. In order for you to win and get money from them, something has to happen to you. You still lose. If you die, you lose. If you get hit by a car, you lose. Yeah, you get some money, and yes, someone gets some money if you die, but you lose. It's a crazy bet. You're gonna bet someone that something bad's gonna happen to you. Here's my money. I'm betting something bad happened to me. If something happens, you gotta pay me. And the other one's betting you, I don't think anything's gonna happen to you. I'll take that bet. That's life insurance. That's accident insurance. That's insurance. In case you didn't know what it really was. So now you got a piece of tax information that's really good. You have business startup information that's good. You have a way to clear my bills and catch up information that is good. Do you understand? And you have life insurance information that is good. You have life information that's good. Money you can keep in your pocket. Because if you die, do you care if you're in a pine box or a crystal, uh, 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 a crystal sarcophagus? Do you really care? Do you even know? Are you even aware? You're still caring how you look down to the last minute, still superficial, right? What clothes you got on when you're dead. Wow, that shows how you were in life. No, you gotta drop that. People detest that type of person. It has a stigma now, being superficial, because everyone considers themselves as deep. Okay, I'm a pretty deep person if I say so myself. Catch them alone, and don't they say that? I'm pretty smart. People think I'm stupid, but I'm not. I know a few things. They see themselves as deep, so why would they like a shallow person, a superficial person? You thought it was that, like I said, that was the old world, old information. It's gone, it's dead, it's outdated, I'm telling you. Like a VCR, it's gone. Get used to it. Like them big butt, big screens. It's gone. People have a hard time adjusting to them things, and they always have. Some people still miss the horse and buggy. I can't believe they're still alive. But still, you see them, and you see those that they inspired, giving this horse a nervous breakdown, trying to ride it in town like everybody else because it's still legal. The horse don't give a damn about that. Take me back out to the country. This is not like this. Okay, so you have this. And I've done what I said I would do. I said I would make a way for everyone to do what I did. To go from rags to riches. Now, what is missing from this? What is it that everyone has to work with because they don't have my skills in my arsenal? They all have a mind. They all have an they all can produce ideas. That's all you need to go get $14,000 over and over and over to make that idea real. Everybody has ideas. Everybody has thoughts and good ones. That's all you need to make this work. You understand? But it might be best to get your mind clear first. That's why I started there. Because bad ideas, even though you financed them and did them, they flop. Bad minds come up with bad ideas. So now you got the information, and I've kept my promise. I can get on with getting two broken jaws, uh, damn near mutilated legs, cracked head in 6 to 8 places, uh, gouged eyes, broken fractures, all kind of places, inset bites. I've been to a doctor in 20 years. Why? This is partially why. There was a certain way this had to be done, and I couldn't get it right for the interference. I have so many people interference in my life. Okay, the more impact you have, the more attention you draw by crazies. Believe that every famous person got somebody out there polishing a damn gun who have a problem with them just because they got in the public eye. Hang on, noise making. I see it at 12 o'clock. You hear it? Raggedy tuned engine thinking he's got a crotch rocket. That thing doesn't sound right. It wasn't that bad though. See, a truly tuned right engine, he can crank that sucker up. It can be popping. It doesn't grate on your nerves. It's actually soothing. It's actually therapeutic. It's a motorcycle sound that when you sit on it, it's humming and it feels good and it sounds good. But a bad one, Man, it's noise pollution. It's noise pollution and it wrecks your nerves if you ride it. Even a raggedy bicycle weighs on your nervous system and your response time, your equilibrium. Don't like raggedy running anything. I don't like a doorknob that doesn't turn right, that's all jiggly, you know. I, I don't want a light switch where I hit it and then it takes a whole second before the light comes on. Don't like that stuff. Do you? So I have the right mental illnesses. It ain't that everybody's crazy but me. I chose my crazies and they keep me from gathering other crazies. The fact that I have, it's like you can't be without any, some kind of secret program inside I can't, haven't been able to shake. So I substituted that program for, okay, I'll have these then, you know, and these got me winning, you know, obsessed with saving the world. That's a mental illness, you know. Can't stand something that don't work right. The picture straighteners can't stand the crooked hanging picture. OCD, you know, that is like guiding you, turning your negatives into positives. All right. So critical of everything. All you do is come up with solutions, and then you could go around pointing the finger at what's wrong, and here's what should be done about it. And better still, I developed the skills to do it. That keeps you from being like the rest of the big mouths who don't do nothing but crying, complain. Don't have no solutions. And even if it was a solution, they're not gonna lift a finger to do a damn thing. That takes you out of things. So I have my issues. They were given to me as soon as I was born, and when they kept on giving them to me, by the time I even realized it was such a thing, I had so many to toss out. When I was tossing them out, I decided to keep a few. Really, I seen how it was could be a plus, and so I could have been clear. I don't even know what that feels like because I decided to keep a few. So here you go. I've kept my promise. Something all of you can do, just like me. You can, you can be tore up living in the alley, and everyone has turned their back on you. And they forgot you used to be a boxer and a football player and a basketball player or a pool player or a tennis player or a guitar player or a singer or anything, all right? And think you're washed up and through. And you can have so many problems you think you'll never do it again. And you can come all the way back. This is the financial part. The other parts you're gonna have to pay for. It's part of the lesson. You paid for people to retard you and damage you. You paid for media that messed up your mind. You paid for gadgets that messed up your mind. You bought that furniture that handicapped you. So it's only right that you have to pay to fix yourself. I could give it to you for free, and be a great humanitarian, you know, and philanthropist. Those are people who are already rich. When I get there, so many people will have bought this, and governments, and for the training of troops and all this, that I can give it for free someday. It will be out there for free because so many people know it. They can give it for free. I can't control what someone does with it after they get it. That's how things get multiplied. I teach a student something, and he flips it every way that can be flipped because he has use on his side. And the good part, if he's a good student, he comes back and say, "Teacher, look what I've done." And because it's your baby, he's giving you he's multiplied you because you can do all these things now that he just showed you that you didn't think about. And you can't lose. Okay, you can't lose. It's like giving someone a seed and they bring you back a tree. Now you have lots of seeds. You give them a seed and they bring you back a basket of oranges. Now you got a basket of oranges and a basket of seeds. You can't lose. The ones, one way, the golden rule, one way to treat people. That way you ain't got to worry about racism and prejudice and poor and all. You treat everybody like you would want them to treat you. It's going to be hard because you're programmed to do the opposite. Like burn them, con them, get something out of them and they don't get nothing out of you. Use them, in other words. It's supposed to be cool when you use people, when you burn people, when you rob people. Ah ha ha, I got that fool. Like you some used car dealer. You're not. You're an individual who is not set by someone else in the past, in the present, or any other time. You're set by you. Once you get that in your head, you can stop listening to your parents. And then a few years later, someone hits you in the head with something and you forget. And other people start telling you what to do. Your boss. You can't even do what you want to do at your own house because the landlord's telling you what you can do and what you can't do. So I went homeless because I didn't need the land. I wanted privacy, and the landlord wasn't going to be peeking around my property because he owned it. Finding excuses to be nosing around. I already know what landlords do. His wife wears the pants, so he comes over here and try to play God over me and tell me what I'm going to have to do and what I ain't going to have to do in his house. Same way with bosses, or you're fired. You're going to let me play God over you, or you're going to be broke. So I didn't want no job. I didn't want no bills. Bill people threatening me. And all this here, and come take your car back. I let all of it go until I could come up with a way to not have to go through none of that. I didn't want to go to the casting couch. You know what they do to them young people on them casting couches just for them to get them parts? Do you know your greatest stars are treated like hoes by producers? They make them do the same things that a John makes a prostitute do for them roles and them parts. And they're actor. So play the role of a prostitute then. And while you're at it, put them little nursery dresses on. And men how to do homosexual acts even when they ain't gay. You don't know the horrors that go on behind the scenes of that business that you think is so glorious and you think you all want to be in it. It's not that. And most of you aren't justified in being in it because you're going to put out some more mind rot and stuff just because you felt it was what you want to say. What if everything you want to say is crazy and you don't know it? And you out there talking about I have a message to give and you're adding to the retardation. But this is not supposed to be one of those mental notes on a subject. This is me keeping my promise to not just take off and rise to the top and everybody wishing they were me, but there's no end for them. There's no way in. I'm going to show them how to bounce back physically. They're going to pay for it like everything else. This is starting from nothing, so I can't charge them for this. So I'm showing them how to start out for free, how I even get the money to pay me for the rest. For pay for everything they want. Showing you how to do it. You know where all money comes from, right? From someone else who has it. This is how to get money from the other person who has it, or has more, or has it to give. This is how to get the equipment you need for whatever it is you're trying to do. This is how to get the office, the building, the house, the vehicles, anything you need to do what you have to do. And you all have ideas. Let me explain to you what an idea is. Someone took a piece of wire and bent it twice and made the paper clip. and they became so rich, and so much money was made off of it that no one even thinks about it. You know, come to you and say, and they, you just know they're rich, and they're with all the rich people. They don't tell people, yeah, my grandpa made his money in paper clips. They might get laughed at compared to, other people. Hey, we made our business and money in soap. And the big guys, they made their money in areas. A lot of them real estate, a lot of them insurance. It's just that they're hyphenates. Some of them didn't make all their money in one area. Some of them made money in hundreds of areas. So you don't have to tell people where you made your money. It's just you got money. Okay. So the paperclip people, you don't know who they are. The toilet tissue people, you don't know who they are. Okay. It's like that. Okay. You don't even want to say, hey, we're rich off toilet paper. You know, we're the condom kings. you know, you know, really, it's got a rubber factory, a plastic factory, or whatever. You know, so you all have ideas. You all have imagination. You all can invent something. This is how you invent something. You solve a problem. It's that simple. Anytime you solve a problem that doesn't have a solution, it's an invention. It's creation, okay? Well, I don't like that word creation. It's invention. Patentable and sellable. Anything. I don't care what it is. If it makes it work better, makes it go faster, makes it yield more, whatever the problem whatever the person, the holder's problem is, or your problem is, if you solve that problem, it's an invention. Okay? If someone hasn't figured out a way to do this yet, and you have, or you come up with a better way to do it, and they haven't figured out a better way, that's an invention. That's an idea. A method of doing business is an invention. It doesn't have to be a gadget. Like the guy who thought of cleaning gutters out, rain gutters out for a living. He's right up there with the chimney sweep, and the chimney sweep didn't even see it. The chimney sweep overlooked money right in his face by cleaning out the gutters. And so the gutter guy got a business to himself. When we were kids, you know what we made money doing? You see the little addresses painted on your at your on your block right by your house. We used to go around and get $10 and some stencils just to spray people's address right there in front of their house. Your kid can go out and do this today if it's not in your neighborhood. I was waiting to see you. Can't believe. Sorry for the distraction. I can't believe it took an hour to tell you those simple things. Sorry for the time that it took. Glad that you are paying enough to stop, sit, and listen until you got it. So, ones, there's nothing in your way now. You don't need help. Save yourself. Sigh.